Hey everyone, it's Dustin here, the Pro Picker. I'm here with a Goodwill video for you guys. Let's get in here and see what I find. As a lot of you may know, this is my nearest Goodwill. It's right down the road from the post office where I like to do my drop. In fact, that's why I'm here today. I had went to the post office, was nearby, and decided I'd pop in and see what I could find. I frequent this one quite a bit. However, recently I haven't hit it as much, mainly due to it being yard sale season and how much inventory I've been pulling in from that. First thing I go ahead and do, pretty much as normal, is come over here and check the media. I do end up putting back that WWE DVD, as it just doesn't have enough value at $2.99, because all of the DVDs, unless marked, are a flat $2.99 here. So my next stop's typically the new stock carts, and I saw this Celeste perfume. I'm pretty big on picking up old out of stock dead stock HBA health and beauty, but that one didn't have much value. The ET cup didn't have enough value for me to want to deal with it being a breakable, so I do end up putting that back. And then I saw this like KVM switch. The sell-through was kind of off, and they wanted $10 for it. I think it only goes for like $16 online shipped. So I don't know. I don't know if somebody's gonna walk into Goodwill and want that specific item for $10. It would probably be something that I would pop on at like $2.99. But here we are, this Google Nest here. So I actually go up front and open it up. I do end up buying it, and it's brand new inside, so it's just an open box item, which makes it more valuable. I probably would have been on the fence had it been used, and so it ends up being worth about $150 to $160, and the sell-through on these guys is incredible. I'll pop up how many are listed. You can look at the number on the bottom versus how many are sold, and you will see that there's dramatically more sold. Now, I think the Nest is one of those items where somebody is thinking, hey, I want to buy this. It's $200 in the store. Can I save $50 on eBay? And yes, you can. So I think that's why they just kind of sell like hotcakes. The Calphalon pans here, I do end up passing on. $12.99 for the wok was definitely on the high end for me, and honestly that specific wok sell-through is pretty low, so I do end up passing. I do see the Staples easy button here. It didn't work. I think like the battery in it probably needed replaced or something. They're not worth a ton, but I think they go for like $12 or something like that if I had to guess. This is generally their HBA area. I tend to do okay here from time to time, and it is an area I like to sell. It's definitely a niche that I like to make sure that I am actively involved in. Here we have a Scentsy wrap. So this is not a Scentsy warmer, and I don't end up picking it up. What it is, it's basically a candle holder, except they call it a Scentsy wrap. Looking around here is where I see another opportunity for some money in a second. So the ones I just grabbed here are Subaru Forester car mats, and they're asking $7.99. I think I'll get $50 to $65 for them. And then I've got these Kia Soul they want $12.99 for, and I think I'll get $80 plus shipping on those, so that's pretty awesome. This generic, or not generic, but this used mat I do end up putting back.
How's it going, man? Been watching your YouTube channel.
Oh, hey, I appreciate that. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Gary Johnson.
Okay, Dustin. Yeah, well, nice to meet you. Pretty good,
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely nice having the opportunity to meet you, Gary. Again, do appreciate you watching the channel. As mentioned, I do put back the ET mug or cup. It is really cool though. Original ET from the Pizza Hut promotion there. I do put back that one mat. And here's a hip cycle. So I do really like to buy vintage exercise equipment. I do very well on it. I've had some pretty decent hits actually. However, this one has a couple listed and no solds, and it sort of made me uneasy if, you know, that's something I wanted to invest any money on, and certainly didn't want it just sitting on my shelf. So I do end up passing on that and taking a look around. I do look at the golf clubs. I didn't find much. So didn't really find much when it came to the linens or the plush area here. Now, I did go pretty quickly over this area, so feel free to let me know down in the comments if there's anything in this section you would have checked out. And then there was a sewing machine that I clipped through real quick there. There wasn't too much value there. Some of them were worth a bunch, some of them not so much. But then I noticed this as I was walking by one more time in the little sporting goods section here. So this is a slice correction trainer. It's a golf training tool. And it goes for about $75 plus shipping there, new in box. This one is new in box. It's open box because it is missing the DVD that comes with it, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. The sell-through on this is strong, so definitely a pickup for $6.99, $5.99. Going to make a decent profit here, and yeah, super happy about that. Definitely a good deal, and probably one of the best deals of the day, honestly. While the Nest is pretty easy money, I think this is pretty easy money too, and it doesn't require much of my money being put out for it, so super stoked. I've already gotten pictures of everything I do pick up today, and they'll be on my store shortly. I'm trying to get in the habit of getting the pictures and descriptions, and also recording the cost of goods, at least on paper, to eventually go into the spreadsheet right off the bat when I get home, at least on the low-hanging fruit that doesn't need like extensive testing, so the easier stuff to list. So then, you know, I'm not creating more piles on top of my dev pile that I already have. So that's just, I'm trying to get in better habits with that. It can be difficult when you're trying to do things in like real estate. You're out here sourcing all the time, also making YouTube videos. It feels like, you know, I don't have the time for it, but sometimes you just got to make the time. That DVD player there did have the remote. However, they were asking $12.99 for it, which is definitely kind of steep for just a DVD player. So there wasn't too much hope in this section. It looked like things, this is probably the most stacked I've seen this aisle. I'll note, and, you know, of course, they're free to price however they want. I'll note the prices are higher, but it is kind of also summer, which tends to be a retail slump as well. I didn't notice until for just a second there, but they priced the pedals and the steering wheel there separately. However, that's actually a set, and nobody would buy, like, unless you were missing a piece or a part, you wouldn't normally just buy one of them. So obviously that's a pass for me. I almost picked up this Mad Catz joystick at $9.99, but the solds are ranging from like 20 to 40. At 40, it would be okay, but I couldn't risk getting 20 or 30 shipped on a $10 buy like that. It just wouldn't work for me. Now, the Lean Mean grilling or toasting machine, this is actually a George Foreman toaster. I couldn't find a sold on eBay. I do eventually find some listings outside of eBay, like I think it was Etsy and somewhere else, and they just weren't high enough to justify me spending $9.99. So I don't end up getting that. This is like one of those our generation, my generation, I think it's our generation, and it's like a vehicle here for like your doll or whatever, and they weren't selling for like too much on eBay. I mean, it's definitely a big item that seems like it would be expensive, but it's not. So I do end up putting that back. And then sort of backing out of the aisle here, I end up checking the media section just one more time. Again, I haven't been as consistent at this store, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. As media is probably one of my favorite categories to sell in, as a lot of you know. Again, it's easy. The shipping's easy. Easy list, easy ship, easy to store. There's a demand for it. I didn't really look at the vinyl as much as maybe I should have. I know Goodwill, a lot of the vinyl tends to go to online. So I do end up putting that back, as you see here. And this is a GV5, excuse me, which is a roasting machine. I've actually sold a brand new in box one of these for $139.99. I popped that up for you guys. But once you start getting into them being used, oh, and I sat on that for a while. Once you start getting into these being used, they're not worth nearly as much. I noticed they had two of them. The roasting machines are way less common than the grills, so the fact that they had two of them there leads me to believe potentially one of them may not work, as in, although somebody bought one, theirs stopped working, so they replaced it and then eventually donated both of them. So that's one reason not to get it. But at $12.99, I think they go for about 30 to 40, but that's shipped on eBay. And once you start talking about shipping something that's that kind of heavy and big, that can really eat into your margins. So the big stuff you sort of want to buy cheap. That's just kind of how the name of the game. And they do bring out a new stock card here. I Google Lens this one, but I really need to double check it. So I'm not throwing a comp up there. It's $2.99. I'm hoping I'm right saying it's a $14 to $18 one, Bratz doll. If not, then I'll probably just throw it in a lot, because I do end up buying a lot of the Bratz and Monster Highs while I'm out. So yeah, I end up going to checkout here. I think I picked up just 5 things today with a total spend of about $97 and some change. However, I'm pretty confident in what I purchased and they'll actually sell. Alright guys, quick recap on everything here for you. So I purchased 5 items today at the thrift shop, and it definitely wasn't a cart filler or anything like that, but honestly, I'm okay with that. I have a lot to list, as I keep saying, and we are getting a lot listed. We're getting almost 30 items a day up right now on average, so we're doing pretty good on that. However, that was the spine of my notebook hitting the desk there. So yeah, we're getting up 30 items on average. So we're doing really well. And we are making a big dent in our backlog and our death pile. So pretty stoked that we're making such progress. So real quick, guys, smaller trip, however, pretty rewarding. So I have a list total of $410. Now, mind you, that list total is free shipping, so that's including the shipping. So with the cost of goods sold, I spent like $97 and some change. We'll just round that guy up to 98. And I'm actually going to estimate around 50 in shipping costs. Again, these are just ballpark estimates to give you guys an idea and a concept. And fees being 13% of the list price there would be around $54. So when you subtract all that from the list, you're going to end up with a total of $208 in pre-tax net profit, which is not too shabby when you factor that I only have to list 5 things. Most of them are relatively easy ships, nothing too complicated. And I was only in the store for about 30 to 40 minutes. I did some circling. I was pretty thorough, at least for me. I tend to breeze through thrift shops that I've been to a lot. It's just kind of my style. So I was pretty thorough for me, and spent some decent amount of time in there. Of course, I got to edit that down. But there you go, guys. That's kind of a quick recap of everything. With that, I'm going to get out of here. I've got to get this thing uploaded for today. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, commenting down below, turning on the bell notifications, following me on Instagram. It's at ProPickerOhio, all the things. And I really do appreciate all of the support, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.